I'm just kidding. What are we looking at? We're going to look at Hazy Jane. This was another one from BrewDog from ThecrazyScotsman. This one wallops you on the hiney with a 7.2%, and it is a New England style India Pale Ale. Not missing an opportunity to use my foreign and domestic glass. Of course, I have some migrational letters. I think it ended up as in a trip in the dishwasher, which it's not supposed to be. Oh, and I can see it's got all sorts of goodness in there. An unfiltered beer. Ooh. You know I like it thick. Foreign domestic. Has a good smell to it. There's a tropicalness to it. I guess if I had to put my finger on it, which I'd love to put my finger on it, it's a pineapple. So cheers. Could almost use the flashlight. So you got that kind of that fruity pineapple start, but it kind of says, whoa, 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 just in case you don't like just in case you don't like these, let's kind of smooth this off, give it some nice bread and biscuit, and definitely the New England style almost ends on kind of a bready, biscuity, nutty finish. That's why it's not clear, because it's someone nut in my beer. Okay, I want to start by normally I don't back up, but David Brown says, well, let's see. To be totally fair, Gillian said, here, cheers. This was on Radio Zombie. David Brown said, where's my package? Chris, I just got off the phone. With him. I was literally rifling through my garbage, thinking maybe that fell off the counter and ended up in the garbage can or something, because I'm just... Then David says, Eric, I will never be concerned about you drinking too much of what you like. I would, however, Baker act your ass if you drank mass quantities of something you didn't like. Not being a trained professional in this whole taking alcohol to a whole new level, I mean, going full pro. If being a booze hound was in the Olympics, David would be... They probably would have just given him a gold, silver, and a bronze, and told the next person that's just fuck off. But having, not being as I dart around the room going, where's this fucking package? I suppose there is some weight value to that. I mean, of course, a lot of people I know that either were or are alcoholics seem to like vodka, and the main reason they like a vodka is because it's one of the least to be on your breath. Still, I still call bullshit. But having said that, it wasn't all that long ago. I think I stood here and said, I guess if I had to stick with one thing, it would probably be vodka. Or maybe a good tequila. And I mean, I'm serious. It has to be a good tequila. I mean, none of this Mexican swizzle shit that Johnny Concho gets for me. Actually, Johnny, this last couple of, one of them I just destroyed completely. I actually knew that the mattress was going to topple the liquor cabinet. And I made sure that yours was the victim. No, the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit about the last couple of bottles from him is the Hey, enjoy your Chernobyl water. Yeah, I like this because it has a nice, nice burnt. A nice. It's. But now you start talking about some good ones like Patron or Cabo Wabo. I probably wouldn't have a problem with that. A good whiskey, that was kind of a take it or leave it. I have to honestly say that, some of these now venturing around and trying some different stuff. I have to say that, like the Philadelphia here, a big old plastic bottle. Ooh, it just seems like it's going to be absolute shit, but it was not bad at all. But I can honestly reamp my thing and say that if the gods of alcohol were to say, okay, that's it, just like the thing with the gun, I'll keep you stocked up on whatever you want, but that's it. This is your choice right now. I don't give a shit if it's an $11 bottle of something, and I don't give a shit if it's a $600 bottle. As of honestly, as of this moment in time, I think I would probably go with the Octomore 9.3. It'd be interesting, not to spend that kind of money on a whole bottle and be wrong, but listening to a few people that review them, simply like all of them, the new Octomore is it Horizon or Event Horizon, and that is like you literally have to have like the golden ticket to even get your hands on it. But that one sounds like it's pretty good. But I mean, even if you could go somewhere and just I'm gonna pay $20 to have a shot of it. I'm in, because $20 is a lot better than spending $300 or $500 and going, I don't really like this all that much. And just for Wade, I traded a Glock G19 for a bottle of scotch. But yeah, it would be as it stands right now on all the things I've tried. It would definitely be the Octomore 9.3. That's just, and if I had to settle, I'm still a pretty big fan of the Ardbeg. Actually, I'm actually thinking about where did I do that? Mixing half and half on Ardbeg and Lafroig. That's really good too, but where it kind of draws the line is the Lafroig has more of that campfire smokiness to it than the Octomore or any of the rest of them have that just nice smoky peatiness. But yeah, so yeah, if you were to, and again, it's kind of hard to get out of control. I have to start making up excuses. Hey, let's celebrate! It's Tuesday. Let's go pour a shot of Octomore. So yeah, I guess I could see David being right. If he came down here and saw me doing shots of rum, yeah, it's time for an intervention. Clyde said David Brown is awesome. Revolution. That was it. Well, that was it as of then for the Radio Zombie. First was the German Ninja for flask number 31. Then German Ninja says, everyone asleep? What the hell? And then Multi-Gunman says, what the fuck? A midnight brew review video? Unsubbing. Hey, when was this one? I didn't do it. That was Saturday. See, I didn't even have access to the computer until Christine was done doing her show. So it wouldn't even had started uploading until probably 9:30. And again, I was invited to go over to Stalker Steve's show, which I didn't, but I did hang out with on the Quagmire. I don't know, it seemed like everybody was just kind of having a, except for Jim, he went shut the fuck up. But I think I already said that. Frontline says Podium. German Ninja. I had a few drams of Tulsker, Storm, followed by some Monkey Shoulder, and then finished with a nice pour of Jameson Blended Dog. It was a great night. That does sound like a great night. Smile money, stay out of this. Frontline, intro babe, okay brew babe, more better. Stephen Hobson led 48th, optimistic. Johnny Concho, can I stand in the corner and watch? Cheers, sure. John Solar, will now maybe top 10? I don't know, I lost track, I think so. Matt Davis, just finished watching 1050 Trip Man. Gunwild says top 10 bitches. Matt Davis again. I did the same thing the first big rain and checked the water meter. Yeah, when no, seriously, I thought I had to have a damaged water line, because my water line comes in. Anybody that's been here, like Joey tripping up the stairs, right between the shelf at the bottom of my stairs and the Big Brew refrigerator, the beer fridge, is my main water line, and it comes in and it goes out to the street out that way. And they had done some work in my front yard, and the top, in the event that you don't pay your water bill and the city can come over with their street key and turn your water off, that's right by the sidewalk. And that now, knowing a little bit about this, it's usually a casing, a piece of pipe that they just put in, and it runs all the way down to the top of the shutoff valve, and they bring in the street key and they drop it down. So normally, when that sleeve moves, it doesn't really have anything to do with the water. I mean, it's going to be close to where it was, but mine when I moved in here was never a lawnmower hazard. And over the years, it had slowly crept up and crept up and crept up. And I came home one day, and it was back down to the grass level, and the city was doing other things. And I was like, other than pounding it down, if you pounded it down, what if you pounded it down, and I started thinking, okay, it got pounded down and it did some damage to the water line, and all of a sudden, if something happens and the city's like, well, the damage is like on your side of the sidewalk, so it's your financial responsibility to fix it. Really? So yeah, so work being done in my front yard, and days following, it sounds like a flood down here. Yeah, but that all stopped, so this has to be that whole springy thing. Smart Money Top 10. Clyde, 10th Revolution. Clyde, challenge accepted. That would be the someday. It would be nice, yeah. But, so I've been getting other things sent to me, like Virginia and that whole thing. And now Arizona? Really? Some of the strongest pro-Second Amendment... See, me and Mr. 27 were talking about this, and it's like, they just won't give up. They just figured, just keep fucking hitting us. And bring along the weak-minded people. The ones that are like, oh, guns are bad, just all sign up, we all have to, guns are bad. I don't want to sound morbid, so I'm just going to change my family structure and say, okay, say I find out my son. See, I don't even want to think about it in the other vein, so I'm just, I'm reinventing my family. Say I find out my son is killed by some guy with a gun. I'm serious. I'm 100% serious when I say the very, very last thought, period, is we need to take away the guns. Yeah, I guess when Trump blurted out and something he should maybe stay on task with, seems how it was one of the reasons for listening to him talk. And after going through what we went through with Obama, when Trump stood there when he was campaigning to be our president and said, your Second Amendment will never be in jeopardy. Yeah, well, sorry, Mr. President, but if things like the bump fire stock and echo triggers and suppressors and even fully automatics are all part of the regression into our rights being removed, and you cannot deny the fact that you have been part of that. So again, if full autos were legal, the only thing that would change is that they would be legal. I'm pretty sure that the crime rate wouldn't go up. I mean, haven't we already had people murdered with full auto weapons? And yet, that was just one more thing that they did that broke the law? Got a couple things in from Steve. And I said I was just kind of waiting to hang out with you guys before I open this, so let's do that. And there's a note. These sights may not look like much, but they were sent to me by Ed. I didn't currently have them on a rifle, so I figured you'd get more use out of them. Here's a funny thing. Here's a funny thing, Steve. I think I sent these to Ed. I'm not 100% sure. The front post was hand painted white, and I remember painting up a set when I there's nothing wrong with these. I like these. These are the ones that have the diamond head look. I have a project that I'm working on that I'm waiting on right now, but no, I'd definitely. Well, shit, they're from Ed. Thank you. I changed the back plate on my Glock, and after seeing your FDE 80 build, I figured this would look great on it. Oh, man. It's a, oh, is that like the patina already starting on it? It's a copper Be Like Ed. Yeah, that would look cool on the FDE one. I'll have to put it on there and maybe show you. The Serpico trigger is made in the town I live in, and I use it on all my Glocks. It should work on the Poly 80 frames as well. Give it a shot on all factory internals first before changing out connectors. You'll be surprised. P.S. The back plate is the first hashtag Be Like Ed plate ever made. Polish it if you'd like. Yeah, it probably was shiny when you got it, so... Oh yeah, that's cool. Suppose it's going to be nothing but glossy if I don't. There's an Allen wrench in here. almost flat shoe. I see where the Allen screws are. I'll have to look at the directions, but that's cool. Thank you. And other than that, I have no idea what this is. I have no idea. It's out of California. I don't remember ordering anything. Doesn't feel like a shirt though. Okay, so it's a shirt. Very, 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 very folded shirt. Well, I see Charles Manson. The eyes have it. Yeah. Shifty Shift, and the Dumbass, and Manson. Yeah. That's cool. Double X. Now, see, some companies, when they make a double X, I mean, that actually looks very big for a double X, and that's fine, because I am trying to go the other direction, but that doesn't seem to be working out well. Yeah, I'd rather wear a baggy shirt than something clinging to me any day. McLean 51, thank you whoever sent that. McLean 5179, I'd give my right nut for some good and plenty's about now. You are missing them. Cheap old gun guy, funny, Virginia was one of the original colonies that started this great country on the road to freedom. Now Virginia is one of the original states to take us on the road to revolution once more. Only this time on the wrong side. Not only revolution, but slavery. And also funny, Virginia is considered a southern state. You'd think they would have learned by now. What are we but slaves and the subjects without the right to defend ourselves? If I was unfortunate enough to survive such a conflict, I would have to be a slave, because I could never bow down to the government and be a subject. And you don't have to tell me to lock and load. I already am and feel deadly. Start making plans. Hang on. Alright, never mind. Yeah, it's honestly, it's scary and it's not funny. And how quickly so many people are just willing to throw away their freedoms. And at bare minimum, to not even use their brains to think about what they are, the powers that they're trying to give to government. Because I don't give a fuck who the president is, who's sitting where, why, and how. I don't fucking trust them, and I never will. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Shots. Are you crazy, Jolson? Can't wait till you're here, man. I'll be pouring you shots like there's no tomorrow. This is the last of the doers. Night Hop, I was actually trying to, okay, I only got one, and I can put it somewhere. I was trying to at least get all of the metal flasks back, and I was busy. I didn't get it. I just did not get an opportunity to do a brew review on Sunday, and then I did not get a chance to get a brew review up yesterday. Yesterday I had my my annual dermatology appointment to make sure that nothing new, at least on the outside of my skin, is growing. And he ended up nuking something over here, but he just blasted it and didn't require a biopsy this time. He just said it looked like it could have been the start of something, so he thought he'd do a preemptive strike. Other than that, nothing. So, cheers. Okay. Sharky on the wrong video, catching up, was out for dinner yesterday. See, you missed a whole show, and all you did is went out for dinner. I had all sorts of other shit to do. That's why I didn't get a chance to record one. Figure it out. Smile Money. You know the reviews are only filler for your videos, but your review of other reviews in your review is where I doze off. Smile Money. Thanks for asking. So I got the battle box in. Hey Joey, did you get the battle box this month? What's the Cliff Note version? Fire starter kit. Well, I tell you, if between the two boxes, if I were to have kept all of the fire starter, I could burn the world down. Valley Food Storage Irish Pub Cheddar Potato Soup. There's a lot of people that didn't seem like they were very impressed with this month. Battle Box Reversible Beanie. I almost wore this today, but I didn't. I like this. This feels like it's a much heavier hat than anything that I've ever gotten from Tech Pack. This is the one where John Solar goes nuts. A parabolic mirror. Solar, lighter, and survival tool. In essence, it's a little mini, really polished satellite dish, and you can put some paper or something right there, which is its focal point. So you better hope it's not night or raining. A glow gear marker. I think this is, I'm not sure if this is one of those break to use. Oh, charge in the sun or artificial light for 10 minutes. So it's a glow in the dark thingy. Then we get, I haven't opened these yet, throwing knives. Three fixed blade throwing knives and a case to put them in, or a roll up. Now, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I just watched them holding these knives to throw them. See, I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to get them out and give them a try. It just seemed like you're always holding like a sharp side. So it's not the kind of throwing knives that I envisioned in my brain. It'd just be cool to have some of these. Now this I am not going to argue about at all. I've already been playing with this, which is why it's not in the box. This Survival Frog Quadra Pro Solar Power Bank with wireless charger. Yeah, it's this simple. Turn it on, lights up, tells you that it's and then you can just lay your phone on it. press and hold the button. The only thing I'm not completely sure of is it looks like you have to turn the light on, and of course if you toggle through their settings to the light, but if you want to turn the whole unit off, you have to literally turn the light on and then hold the button for 3 and it goes out. It doesn't say anywhere where it shuts off automatically. Under this little cover is 2 USB outs for charging other devices. So, you know, take, and I never did bring one down here. Your typical charger has a USB on one end, and your, you know, C or your micro or mini. These are out to charge. This is an in to charge it. But wait, there's more. And as you can see, it actually activated. It's bright enough just being down here in the light that it's collecting. I mean, then of course it has the this. You could hang it on your backpack while you're hiking. So if you were hiking with the sun to your back, you could literally be charging this. It also has magnets built into it, so that if you wanted to, say, maybe put it on the hood of your vehicle. I mean, I don't know if they're powerful enough I'd drive. They're only on the main unit where the battery is. They're not on the solar panels. So, again, you could, with the carabiner here, I don't know if it's going to stay at the right angle. There, I could put it, yeah, that's, I can't see the little lights at this angle to see if she's still charging or not, but if I had a, oh here, do this. This is great. And then Eric started hanging up shit to charge. No, I like that, and this whole time that's going to be charging. And then the knife of the month is a professional fillet knife. Now, I as a person that could give a flying shit about filleting fish, if I want fish, and the only fish that I ever want is sockeye salmon, smoked sockeye salmon, and I don't make it myself. I go buy it. So to me, it's cork and micarta handle, leather sheath. It's, I mean, maybe you could just carry it around and have it be a badass kind of weapon, you know, like some kind of a zombie fucking thing. But the Poseidon, and they're saying that it's a $120 for this. In case anyone's wondering, the Lord and Field badge, that is actually owned by the same guy that owns BattleBox. So, yeah, he probably like $5 a piece. Just kidding. It may be nice if you're a fisherman and went, ooh, yeah, I could fillet the fuck out of a walleye with that. Jeremy, pre-dawn, what do you think of this? And yeah, that's so. In full honesty, I'm curious to give the old parabolic mirror fire starter a try. Sure, it's Irish potato soup. I'll probably give that a try. Another fire starter kit. And wherever the glow stick was, and the throwing knives. Not gonna lie. Other than the power pack, there's really, it's all. I'll probably take the throwing knives out and give it a try, but I could easily probably talked out of them for $100. Just kidding. That just kind of narrows it down so no one fucking bothers me. Maybe pick somebody or make it be like some surprise somewhere in the brewer review. We'll give them away. But I just got that, so I'm gonna give it a try and shit before I do my video. I don't care if I'm last to put up a video. I like to goof off with the shit before I say anything about it. In my first impressions, I don't care about the knife. It looks badass, but I don't care about the knife. I would like a nice fixed blade or another nice folder or something. Not, it's kind of like as soon as they do the specialty stuff in the spot for the knife of the month, I just think it kind of loses it. I mean, stick with like a high-end fixed blade or a folder in the knife of the month, and that could have been like the pro level item. I'm just saying. I don't run the company. Maybe if I did, I wouldn't be in my fucking basement drinking a beer from the Scotsman. Yeah. Smart Money. In a video, you're doing a description of what you could show us, like the M16 gun rack. You don't. While your radio show, you talk about the stuff you think that you're showing us. I get it, but here, maybe what I need is a big mirror so I can hold it up and you can see the garbage on the other side. A heater, Smart Money. Just go with this and envision it. Boiler's right here. On the ground is my heater. It's not running right now, but when it is, you may or may not even be able to hear it. On top of that is a big green tote filled with AR parts. On top of that is another big tote of all gun parts and stuff that used to be in this bottom drawer. Now there's cleaning supplies. On top of that is a box that I've been shooting with the BB gun when nobody can hear it. Then there's the liquor and you. Below that, there's a big-ass flag, my range bag, a few firearms in the rack. Next to that is a whole stack of Pelican cases and another monitor and Shelby's bowl that I got from Johnny Watson. And then now I've been working on extra books, which I'm sure you don't care about. Oh, and a bottle of Windex. Sharky, in my book, you're just upgrading the current double stack 1911 10mm to a model you would have gotten in the first place, if it was available back then. 100% agree with you, Sharky. It's not that I had it out. It's not that I like anything 10mm. If there was, for financial reasons, I didn't have to work out a deal with the Crazy Scotsman, I would not have. But having said that, it's a double stack 10mm, and for me, just in essence, the fact that it's a double stack, 16 rounds of 10mm just seems modern and racy and like something RoboCop would carry. Well, I think my green, the green grip one, looks like something RoboCop would have carried. This is simply a double stack version of that with a threaded barrel so that I can use my oil collect. See, normally, Smart Money, what I like to do is I get a big tote and I pour in 5 to 10 gallons of ballast, and then I just throw my firearms in it, and I pull them out, and I check the action, and then I gaze at their awesomeness as the ballast slowly drizzles off of them, and I catch a reflection of the gun in all of the ooze. So then I take my oil collector and I screw it onto the end of the barrel and I set it upright so that the ballast can all collect in the oil collector, except for the oil collector actually is defective. It has a hole in the bottom of it. So then I just hold it all over the bin, and the precious juice known as ballast goes back to the 10-gallon bin. Sharky. Smile money. Guntown is going to have taxes? Oh my god. No, there would not be taxes. Well, yeah, as the mayor, you would have to bring me once a month a bottle of Octomore 9.3. That's right, Scotsman. That is unconstitutional. Scotsman! Whiskey! Something special for the Scotsman. If you insist, Scotsman. I've been asked by a few people. Scotsman put up a video, and I'm sorry, Scotsman, as of right now, by the time you hear me say this, I'll probably have watched it, but Christine was actually in contact this afternoon with Mrs. Holster, and Mr. Holster is not back in the hospital. He's in hospice, which means he's back home, and she's taking care of him. I pray to God I am wrong, but knowing Mr. Holster, if he doesn't want to be in a hospital and he wants to go home for hospice care, which I don't know if somebody other than Mrs. Holster is taking care of him. I'm not going to speculate, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but let's just put it this way. If it was me, and I had gone through everything that he's gone through to this point in time, and if it actually was really gloomy, I would want to go home and be with my wife till the end. I hope I'm wrong, but just put Mr. and Mrs. Holster in your prayers, and maybe we're just to a point where I at least ask that that Scott be comfortable. Smile money. Why didn't Obama pass his dream of more gun control? He lost control of the legislative branch of government. Now Supreme Court is much better for the Second Amendment protection. That is true. The law of the land, thanks to Trump, is stronger. To hopefully make sure that our rights are not trampled on. Sharky, intro babe needs a flask or two to look like the brew babe. Fuck it. I'm 45 and getting white-haired after I first became gray-haired. Guess she would need a flask or two. Crazy Scotsman. When I come to visit, I have to bring out the Mad Max kit for the truck just to deal with the roads. Pfft, no shit. Wade, I know all about roses. My grandfather opened a flower shop in 1964, and I ran my ass off delivering flowers all through my early teens. We do a sweetheart sampler of goodies for $10 to $25. It's a big seller. Yeah, see, yeah, because I mentioned that our Rose Man is more about volume. They don't deliver. They're not FDE. They're just high quality flowers that live 2 to 3 times longer than everybody else's, and depending on what time of the day it is, you just go up there, try to find a place to park, get in line, get your roses for. I think last time I did the card and the baby's breath and all that shit, and I want to say it was like $30, 30 or $32. Scotsman, Trump needs to pull his head out of his ass regarding the second and actually do some words are meaningless. We need action. Too much abuse and tyranny going on with the Second Amendment rights being lost daily. Oh yeah, and the Democrats, fucking libtards, are more than happy. I mean, look at everything they want. I mean, okay, libtard douchebags, if you hear me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get us off on the wrong foot, but you are the fucking problem. Pull your head out of your ass long enough to look at, why do you think the Democrats are pushing so hard to disarm us? Because you know, well, you don't, because you're stupid. Let me help you. Let me educate you, stupid libtards. Once we, the true patriots, the true Americans, once we are disarmed, they will inflict the same chaos and tyranny on us as they're going to on you. You think it's some great fucking utopia that's coming? Watch Independence Day. You're the stupid motherfuckers on top of the building with the big signs. Except for, let me change it to, Bernie Sanders, we love you. You're gone. Now, the SD9VE is not the lawsuit gun. That would be the Sigma or the original SD. The SD9VE is the model after Smith & Wesson changed the gun due to their settlement of the lawsuit. Okay, well, that makes sense. But really, if I'm sure there's, I mean, the guy that got me into the Glocks. I'm almost willing to tell you that if I could put a little bit better trigger, in it, I honestly think, of course, I'm not even sure this thing. I'm not even sure this thing is. Well, looks like it's been fired at least once. This thing is like really clean. I'm almost willing to go out there and say that. And I know, price-wise, that you can get one of these cheaper than you can get one of these. But I can honestly say, if this had a better trigger in it, I would probably. I'd also like night sights because I'd start carrying it. I honestly think that I like the looks of this one more. I just don't like the trigger. I like the trigger better in the G19 as far as the consideration of an upright trade. The only thing that really drives me crazy about this thing is this. And I see Jay Elite Ammunition, brother, help a brother out. I mean, I can tell you what it is. When you look down here, you see the ejector, not the extractor. That's the extractor. The ejector, the bar there, right in the middle. You can see it sticking its nasty little tongue out. That is the magazine disconnect. Dangerous shit. Should have Joey's 10-round mag. See, the trigger, to be totally fair, the word hideous, then again, if this was a carry gun, I know the gun that I carry the most right now is my my 4043 that I got from Jim in 40 cal. You know, if this did not have the magazine disconnect, it had a better trigger in it, and it had night sights, hell yeah, I'd do an even trade for the G19. But otherwise, the G19 kicks its ass. But this is a better looking gun. Hands down, this is a better looking gun. Love the front serrations, and they're very aggressive. If you've ever had a chance to get a hold of one of these, right now, as soon as you grab it, it's just like it just wants you to fondle it. And even though these sights are not night sights, they're still rack me anywhere sights. I mean, there's enough of a ledge on here. I think it's a sharp-looking gun. I don't care what anyone says. I like the name Smith & Wesson any day. That right there holds some credence over Glock. It's a Glock. It's just that the Glock has night sights and it has a much better trigger, and the Glock don't care about no lawyer. Moving on. Wade, my wife said the first time she saw me, she was scared of the huge guy with the broad shoulders and shaved head. I was going bald in high school and was fresh out of 4 years in the Army. But when I later sat on the bed with a sick 8-yo and explained why we're talking to him to another... What? When I later sat on the bed with a sick 8-year-old and explained why we're taking him to another hospital and answered all the questions, she knew I was a good guy. Wade, I don't care how big you grow. Your heart can be seen from the space shuttle, or up there. The space shuttle doesn't exist anymore. They got canned. But Wade, you're a good guy through and through. Just don't fuck with you. That's when the you're not gonna like me so much guy shows up. Crazy Scotsman, exit brew babe, hell yes. Sharky with the read more button. It's all about patience and how long they are. Just checked out the 1911 and the Browning high power designed by the same god, yet patents prohibit John using his own design to later because he didn't hold the patents. Therefore, the high power is different in its action, and the Smith's SDs are just one-on-one copy of the internals. Glock caught him, and Smith had to pay. Which actually, the better gun is totally irrelevant. Yeah, I mean, if it's made by Smith & Wesson, that right there just brings it from Glock to Smith & Wesson. Wade, the liberals will win. The liberals are in our educational systems from top to bottom, filling our kids' heads with their propaganda and hate of America. The government is controlled and run by the deep state cocksuckers who will march people like us to the ovens the first chance they get. The War of America began in the 60s, and the hippies, remember how the Nam vets were treated? Sorry, I worry about our kids and the country. No, I don't disagree with what he said at all. You look at the playbook, and well, look at what happened with my good friend Steve Schweitzer. Trump got elected and his kids came home crying because the teachers were telling them that the world was over now that the evil Donald Trump was in place. You know, I don't want to say that we're so far gone that we can't come back, but I certainly would like to know how that can even be possible when you figure that this is a long-term fucking game that these cocksuckers are playing, and we're losing. We're losing big time. Sharky, Outro Babe is hot. Regarding voting, it's all about complacency. People are fucking lazy. The left over there pays the unemployment, lazy, and general fuck-ups to vote. Combine that with the general attitude of the right, which is, oh, it'll be fine. The guys are, you guys are fucked. Complacency kills. I think you and Wade just kind of had a truck stop moment right there. Hornet Fixer, hey, I was given a bottle of that. Hornet Fixer, big difference in Gen 1 and Gen 2 you have in your hands. The original was damn near a complete copy. I've had the stigma. I don't know if I ever shot it. Travis had one and he fucking Travis the fuck out of it. I remember Travis. I think Travis sold his stigma to NIHAP, and NIHAP took it from him and went to go put it away. And me and Travis were standing there, and I watched NIHAP drop it. I thought Travis was going to cry right then and there. I'm like, you got to get over it, pal. You're the one that just sold it. I mean, if you loved it so much, then why'd you... Gillian, first to say here, cheers. Gillian. Stephen Hobson-Led, oh, and the one item will work in the 26, 27, 29. The other Baby Glock double stack models. Yeah. I think I'm going to do with it what you designated for. If it wasn't for the fact that it takes some extra time, I'd go throw it in the FDE one right now. Gunwild, I think Blomberg had a lot to do with the Dems getting elected in Virginia. And now that piece of shit is running for president. God help us if he gets elected. No shit. Gunwild, I didn't copy and paste Cobra's comments. If he had left the same comment, I would have changed. If I had known he had left the same comment, I would have changed mine. David Brown, yes, Johnny. The cheap prick wouldn't offer a 70-year-old geezer a fucking chair or a stool. The inconsiderate ass wagon don't care about people. J-Dog, here. Real Burnout, I made it. Let's drink.
Fake news.
Wow, that's it? Hey Google, why are you such a bitch?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Ever seen Joey Cuz naked? Hey Google, do you want to see Joey Cuz naked?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Trust me, you don't. It's not like I have seen it. I'm just saying from a guess and the overall. Joey Cuz, here. Joey Cuz, you are so thoughtful thinking of me with those 10-round mags, you fucking prick. Real Burnout, the viscosity looks good. I mean, granted, I'd have to actually go get some water and see. I've never actually tested it, Cobra. I mean, honestly, if I refilled this with water and this wasn't, I mean, one of those things where right now, if this was, okay, whoever gets this right, yes or no, and we're going to offer up some throwing knives or whatever. I'm just saying, I'm not going to ask her. I mean, how do you know that this isn't water? Is it the little eyelets, or that's it? I'm just asking. I'm saying. I mean, other than the fact that you could put that on a well, could you put it on a rag and light it on fire? I bet you it'd burn a lot easier than water would. And cobra burnout, 3%. Okay. Now we're going to the two-hearted. Wow! I'm not even going to open something. 10 minutes ago in the Two-Hearted Ale Club is Big Jeff, Gun Wild 1. That's it. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to edit this vidya. And what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday? More than likely. See you guys tomorrow. Again, sorry it took so long. Oh, and David Brown, you got your fucking stool right here.